Right, okay, so we're going to do about the alveoli. Now, unfortunately, you don't have a picture of the alveoli, so I'm going to do a really terrible picture, and we're going to try and label it together. Okay, so here goes. He says, right, where can you see? Sorry, so you can see from about there. So I need to do it in there to there, right, okay. Right, so let's do an alveoli. Okay, so that's the alveoli. And next to it is some blood vessels, so blood going near it. Hopefully you can see the green. Doesn't show up, does it? Oh, doesn't show up very well on the screen, so I'll have to do that. Right, okay, so what we've got is, this is the alveoli. Sorry, alveolus, because there's only one of them. This is a blood capillary. Good. Right, there are two types of cells you do need to know. Okay, so these are, I'm just going to draw one of the cells. So that's a cell there. So those cells on the alveoli are known as epithelial cells. And on the blood capillary, they're known as endothelial cells. Don't worry too much about the names at the moment. Okay, so endothelial, endo, and epithelial. So endothelial cells, they line blood vessels. And then epithelial cells are the ones that tend to layer, be layers in different types of organs. Good, okay. Right, so what we need to understand is how adapted the alveolus is in terms of gas exchange, so combined with the blood capillary. So the first thing, if I remind you, is large surface area. So each alveolus has a large surface area. So the shape of the alveoli just means that they have a large surface area. So you can put that there. The shape means that there is a large surface area. Okay, there are also lots and lots of them as well. Now, if you remember, we talked about ventilation. So ventilation is continually occurring. So we've got inspiration and expiration. So that's up there, inspiration, I should say, coming in, and expiration coming out. Now, what that does is it maintains a concentration gradient. So it means that there's always a higher concentration of oxygen in the alveoli than the blood. So it maintains, so the inspiration here inside the alveoli means that there is always a higher concentration. I'll put CONC, that means concentration of oxygen in alveoli. Okay, so there's always a higher concentration. So that means there's a large concentration gradient in terms of there's more oxygen in the alveoli than there is in blood vessels. So blood vessel, so here is the blood. Now the blood is traveling in one direction, okay? As it travels, you've got red blood cells. So these red blood cells are literally squeezed into the capillary, okay? And they're all in different kind of shapes because they're biconcave. So I'll actually label that for you. So that's a red blood cell. Okay, it's biconcave, so it can squeeze through. So squeeze through capillary. Okay. Just give you a minute just to get that down. Okay, so obviously it's coming down, and this is going to be, this side is deoxygenated, so this side is going to be oxygenated. So if you imagine deoxygenated blood is coming through, so that's deoxygenated. So it's going to be low in oxygen. So what happens is that you've got a large difference in concentration between the inside of the alveoli and the blood. So let's talk a bit about the blood. As I said to you, it's flowing. So blood capillary, so blood flows continuously. So this maintains, can you see that? Sorry, I just double check. Can you see that? Yeah. So this maintains a concentration gradient. About the cells, okay. You can't see that. I've just said about red blood cells, they're biconcave. So red blood cells are biconcave, so it can squeeze through the capillary. Does that help, Ephraim? Cool. Yeah, thanks, Zach. Yeah, that's a good tip. If you're on your phone, you can flip horizontally. Thanks for that. Right, okay, so that's the blood. Right, let's talk about the thin exchange surfaces. So, as I said to you, the walls, the alveoli walls, are endothelial cells, and you've got epithelial cells, and both membranes are only one cell thick. So, can you see that again? Wait a minute. Yeah, I might do it a bit higher actually. I'll do it higher. So both membranes, cell membranes, are one cell thick. So why is that good for gas exchange? Well, that means that the diffusion pathway is shorter. Okay, so this means that there will be a shorter diffusion pathway.